Welcome to Penultimate Touch. Today we'll start a new chapter. It's figure counting. Okay? Figure counting. This chapter is important for every Ssc and Ntpc exams. Okay? And this chapter has several parts like figure counting. We have to count figures, several kind of figures. That can be triangle, that can be a square, can be rectangle, it can be circle, polygons, straight line. So these are basic parts of figure counting. This kind of figures we do count in exams point of view. And triangle counting is the biggest part of this. Why? There are several kind of triangle counting, like which we have seen. I think that there is a figure of this kind. How many triangles are there? This is a simple one. You will find a figure like this. So how many triangles are there from this figure? A, B, C is a triangle. Count the number of triangles from this figure. This kind of questions are asked. So we'll start from the basic. We'll start triangle today. Later on we'll cover square, rectangle, circle, polygon, straight line, all. So don't be worried about this. Let's start. So triangle counting. Keep this as your notes. Look, this is a part 1 or type 1 you can say. First of all, tell me how many triangles are there from this figure. Figure number 1. Okay. How many triangles are there? There are 2 triangles. One is A, B, C, and another one is A, D, E. Right? There are 1 and 2. 2 triangles. Clear? So, for the next part, tell me how many triangles are there in this figure. How many? There is 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 triangles, right? There are 4 triangles, there are 2 triangles, right? So how will you count this kind of figures? Look, how many baselines are there? 4 baselines. Number 1, first baseline, second baseline, third baseline, and fourth baseline. So based on the baseline, figures are counted from this kind of figure, triangle actually. There are 4 baselines, 1, 2, 3, 4. So there are 4 triangles. So in part 2, it will be a bit harder. Part 2. These are the basics of triangle counting or figure counting. So now tell me, how many triangles are there in this kind of figure? Tell me. Then you will tell me how many triangles are there in this figure. This is figure number 1 and this is figure number 2. So how many triangles are there in this first figure? There is a triangle A, B, C, right? Triangle A, B, C. Next one is A, B, D, right? And there is a third one. The third one is A, D, C, right? A, D, C. I hope it's clear. So there are three triangles in this figure. A, B, C. The first figure, there are three triangles. The second, in the second figure, how many triangles can you find? Suppose it is A, B, C, D, E, right? So here you will find ABD1, then ABC is a triangle which can be seen. After that ABD, ABE, okay, then ADE, next ADC, and then it is AEC and also ACD. So there are many figures inside this ABC second figure, okay? So how will you count this? So how have you counted that A in this ABC first figure there are three triangles? Actually there were two parts. One is ABD and ADC. Actually this baseline is divided into two parts. Look at this carefully. This baseline is divided into two parts. First part, second part. And if you sum this up, it is 3, right? So there are three triangles in part 1 first pick, okay? In the second figure, in the same way, this baseline is divided into 1, 2, 3. Three parts. So there will be, if we follow the same logic, like 1 plus 2 equals to 3, then this will be 1 plus 2 plus 3. So it is 6, right? There are 6 figures. Similarly, if you have got, okay, if you have got this kind of figure, this kind of figures can be found straightly in several PSC exams, Wbpsc, Wbpsc, okay, well, Ssc exams like MTS exams. This kind of simple figures are given and you have to count the number of triangles from this figure. So how many parts are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? So this ABC is a triangle and this BC baseline is divided into 5 parts, right? So we have to just sum this up. So what will be this? This will be 15, 5, 4, 9, 9, 3, 12, 12, 3, 15. So now you have to learn one thing. There are 5 parts. If it will be 6, 7, 8, will you just sum this up? Like 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 plus 5 plus 6 plus 8 plus 9, like this? No. You just have to remember this formula of summation, that n into n plus 1 by 2. There n is the most number of figures, nth number of figure. This is the nth number of figure. Nth number of figure. Figure or part, whatever you say. Nth number. N is the largest one, 5. So following the same summation, it will be 5 into 5 plus 1 means 6 by 2 means 30. 30 upon 2, that is 15. Clear? So if you find there are, suppose 10 parts, this ABC is and this BC baseline is divided into 10 parts. Will you just sum this up from 1 plus 2 plus 3 to 10? No. You just have to apply this formula. This is a formula of summation of continuous number. This is the formula of summation of continuous numbers. Continuous numbers, right? Sorry for this line. It's a summation formula of continuous number. Continued number, okay? Like if there are 10 parts, then 10 into 10 plus 1, 11 divided by 2, this will be 5, there will be 55. If a figure will have 10 parts like this from the baseline, then this will be divided, this will be 10 parts, then 10 into 11 by 2, there will be 55 triangles will be there in that figure. Keep that in mind, okay? We use the summation formula of continuous number to find the number of triangles from this kind of figure where जब आपका जो एपेक्स है वो एपेक्स से एक एपेक्स से कोई भी बेसलाइन को और डिवाइड किया तो फाइन. So this is a part 2 and part 1 has been discussed. Okay, part 1 and part 2 have been discussed. So we have to now get a figure like this. If this is a triangle and this has parts like this, okay, how look on this? I'm giving you a minute, 1 minute only much. I'm giving you 15 seconds, okay? Tell me, how many numbers of triangle are there in this figure? It's almost 15 minutes. Look, this is a combination of part 1 and part 2, which we have discussed part 1 and part 2. Because this baseline is divided into these parts. How many parts? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Fine. And the whole triangle is divided into again 1, 2, 3, 4. So how will you solve it? How many triangles are there from the baseline division? 1 through 5 means is 15. From part 2 concept. From part 2 concept there are 15, and from part 1 concepts there are 4. So these, there are how many baselines are there now? In this ABC there are one first baseline, second baseline, third baseline, and in each baseline this is divided into 15 parts. So we have to actually sum this up, this 15 for 4 times, or what can we do? We have to multiply 15 into 4, so it will be 60, right? So there are 60 triangles in this figure. How have we calculated this? There are 5 parts from the baseline, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and what we have learned in the part 2, that when the baseline is divided into several parts, we have to sum this up the number of parts. We have done, there were 5, so this is 15, right? And in part 1, what we have learned, if the triangle has 4 baselines, then there will be 4 triangles, 4, 5, whatever it is. If it has 5 baselines, then there will be 5 triangles. So how many baselines are there? There are also 4 baselines, so it will be 15 into 4 equals to 60, because we have to count the we have to actually this, look at this, first baseline, this was first baseline, this is second baseline. Oh sorry, there are 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, yeah, it's right, it's not a wrong one. Actually this will be 1, this will be 2, this will be 3, this will be 4. Fine. Okay, so there are 5 parts from each baseline, so there are 4 baselines, so 15 into 4 is equals to 60. That's how we have to calculate this. This is the easiest one, this is the actually type 1 of part 1 and part 2. This kind of questions are asked straightly in every SSC exam, or you can take NTPC exam, PSC exams, any exams. Okay, except bankings. Okay, because figure counting is not a part of banking syllabus. I hope it hasn't. You have understood this. If you have any queries regarding this part, you should comment. Okay, I'm moving to the next part. Moving to the next part, it's part 3, you can say. Part 3. Fine. So now we have to calculate number of triangles within a quadrilateral, not square, quadrilateral. Look what I'm saying. Triangle inside a square or rectangle. Basically, it is a quadrilateral. Fine. What I'm saying, tell me, how many triangles are there in this figure? Suppose it is a figure A, B, C, and D. How many triangles are there? Basically, there are two triangles. You can see that 1 and 2. Two triangles are there. Clear? So, now tell me, how many triangles are there in this figure? Suppose A, B, C, and D. This is O. How many triangles are there? This is first one, this is second one, this is third one, this is fourth one. And this 1 and 2 will make another triangle. 2 and 3 will make another triangle. 3 and 4 will make another. 1 and 4 will make another. So how much? 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 triangles. And there will be 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 3, 4, 1, and 4, 1, 1. So this is 4 plus 4, 8 triangles. Now, these are simple figures. Now look at this. This figure comes straightly in your question. In this ABCD square or quadrilateral, how many triangles you can find? This kind of questions are asked straightly. So how will you count this? In this second figure, you can see that there are 4 parts and it is summed up with 4 again. So there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So there are 8 parts. So this will be summed up with another 8. 8, 8, 16. So if you follow this logic, how many parts are there? There are 4 parts and you have to add the same. Or you can just multiply this number with 2. This makes more sense. Why? Now you can ask me that there were 2, so why are you not summing up it with 2? You can ask me. This is wrong. Why? Because in this first figure there were only one diagonal. There is a diagonal. There is a diagonal. But there are 2 diagonals, right? So based on the diagonals you have to count this. If there will be one diagonal, then you don't have to multiply with 2. You have to multiply it with 1. This is 2. Clear? But if there are 2 diagonals, then you have to multiply it with 2. there is one diagonal, so it's 1, and there are two diagonals, and then you are multiplying with it 2. So how will you count this? What I've said, that if there is a diagonal, then you have to multiply the number of parts with 1, because there will one diagonal. If there are two diagonals in a quadrilateral, there can be only two diagonal at most. Okay, so then the number of parts, like 1, 2, 3, 4, and here 8 parts, right? Here 8 parts in this third figure. So this number of parts multiply with 2. 8 into 2, 16. This is how we have to count this. This can be 8, this can be 10, this can be 12. Okay, so then you have to multiply with 2. I hope it is clear to you. If you have any doubt regarding this concept, this part, you should comment, you should ask, because this is an important part. It will be forwarded to part 4. It's quite similar. Part 4. Okay. Sorry. Look, you have already counted this figure, right? But if another figure like this is joined beside this, how will you count this? This is not a straight line, pardon me, but I hope it is understandable to you. So in this figure, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, right? So in this figure, how many triangles are there? What we have learned in this part, first part, it is divided into 4 parts. So it will be 4 into 2, 8. Similarly, the second part is also has 4 parts. Then it will be 8 plus 8. I hope it's clear to 16. Then, is there any other triangle? Is there a triangle? Yes. Look at this. This A, E, C is a triangle. Plus 1. Another one is there. B, F, D. Clear? So there will be 2. So it will be 18 triangles. So from this figure, you can find what? You can find that when two figures or more than one figure is joined, for one joint there will be 2 extra triangle. If there will be a triangle again after this, okay, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K. Okay, this is not a line. This is just a wet. Okay, fine. So how many triangles are there? There will be more 8 triangles. 1, 2, 3, 4. There are 4 triangles, right? So 4 into 2, 8, right? So 18 plus 8. And for this joining C and D, or point C, we will have 2 triangles more, B, D, G, J, and E, C, I. So there will be more 2. So how many will be these? 28, right? So there will be total 28 triangles. So what you have learned, that for one joining of these figures, this kind of questions are asked straightly in your question. Okay, so this is important. This is very much important. So for one joining, there will be 2 extra triangles. I hope it is clear to you. Okay, look at this now. If a triangle is there above this figure, this A, F, I, J, or below this or below this, anything, and this is also joined. There are also two diagonals are drawn there. If there are two diagonals drawn there, then how many triangles will be there? What we have learned, for each extra figure, there means each joining, there will be two extra triangles, right? So you will you will add 2 and 8 from this triangle, sorry, this square or quadrilateral, right? Because 4 parts, 1 2 3 4 parts, so 4 into 2 8, so it's 10, so it will be 38. So is that 38? No, there is an extra triangle hidden there. Where is it? It's, if it's M, so it's BMJ. I hope this is not a straight line. It is actually a straight line, but it's not drawn like a straight line here. It's my fault, nothing else. So I hope it is understandable to BMJ. So there will be another 39 will be the perfect answer, correct answer. Okay. So what we have learned from this part 4, that if two quadrilateral are joined, two square or rectangle or quadrilateral figures are joined together, and for each join there will be two extra triangle, and means if a two quadrilateral are joined together and there will be a figure above one or below one, then another one hidden triangle will be there. You have to keep that in mind. Otherwise, if you just use the formula of 4 into 2 and you will just make a mistake in the exam. So how will you do it? If it is divided into 4 parts, it is 4 into 2, which we have learned earlier, right? Two diagonals, because there are two diagonals, and if two such figures are joined together, then there will be a common line or common point. If there will be a common point, then for one point or one joining, there will be two extra triangle. This two, fine. Then if a similar figure is joined above the figure or below the figure, then we have to add one more, because one hidden triangle will be there, like in this figure BMJ. Fine, I hope this is clear to you. If you have any doubt, any queries regarding this type or which types we have discussed earlier, you should comment, you should ask. Okay, now this today's class is ending with your concepts here. Some questions will be solved after these concepts. Okay, and after that we will actually discuss next parts. There are several parts regarding triangles. I have said already that triangle is the largest part of this figure counting. Thereafter comes squares and rectangles, right? So if it is understandable too, if you have any queries, you should comment. We will solve some problems regarding this. Look at this carefully. So the first problem you can see here. Tell me how many number of triangles are there in this figure. I'm giving you 15 to 20 seconds. So let me explain now. How many triangles are there? 9 is the correct answer, okay? Now I'm showing you how. What we have seen, that if the baseline is divided into several parts, then we have to sum this up. This baseline is divided into 3 parts, so this will be summed up. 1 plus 2 plus 3 is equals to 6, right? And there are 3 triangles inside it, 7, 8 and 9. So 9 is the correct answer. I hope it is clear to you. It is a simple one. As I am now discussing the basics, so it's a simple one to discuss. Okay, moving to the next one. Let's see. Now let me know how many triangles are there in this figure. The answer will be 18. So how have you done this? Look, we have discussed in this kind of figures how many triangles are there. Okay, I'm doing it in a bigger way. How many triangles are there? It's 1, 2, so this will be summed up and there will be 3. So there are 3 triangles, 6, 6. Then in each this figure, in each of this figure there will be 3 triangles. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 into 3. 4 into 3, 12. 6 was there, so it will be 18. I hope it is clear to you. There are 18 triangles in this figure. Moving to the next one. Look at this. How many sorry. How many triangles are there in this figure? So is the time to discuss this. So how many triangles are there? Look, we have already discussed these figures. So how many triangles will be there in this kind of figure? If this is divided into 8 parts, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 and 8. So we have to multiply 8 into 2, 16. Clear? Look, similar figures are there in the inside this square. A same kind of figure. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So 8. So it will be 16 more. So it will be 32, right? Is there any other figure? Yes. Have we counted this? Have we counted this one? Or figures like this are embedded in this square. 1, this is the first part, this is the second part, this is the third part, this is the fourth part. So in this kind of figure there will be 3 triangles, right? There will be 3 triangles. These are divided into 2 parts. If this is the baseline, if this is the baseline A and B, if this is the baseline AB, then this baseline is divided into 2 parts. So there will be 3 triangles in each cases, right? So this will be 4 into 3, 12. Means it will be 44. So it's 40 or more. It's 40 or more. I hope it is clear to you. If you have any doubt regarding this question, you should comment, you should ask. Okay? There are 40 or more figures inside this figure. More triangles actually. Moving to the next one. Let me know how many triangles are there in this figure. Time's up. So how will you calculate this? This is another type which we haven't discussed today. We'll be discussing it next day, okay? This is 2n square minus 5. We have to use this formula here. Okay, let me change the ink. 2n square minus 5. This kind of figures like this. You can find a figure like this inside this figure, right? When you will find this kind of figure and there will be less than 4 parts or 4 or less than parts, then you have to apply this formula. We'll be discussing this formula in the next class in an elaborative way. I am just solving this for you. This n means how many parts are there? 1, 2, 3 and 1, 2, 3. This should be equal. So this n is 3. 3 square minus 5. So 18 minus 5. This will be 13. But there are more figures inside this. Where are they? You can find that a square is there. This is a square which is there. And this is creating more 3 figures. 1, 2 and 3. So this will be 16. 16 is the right answer. I hope it is clear to you. This formula will be discussed in the next class, so you should follow the next class. Okay. to understand this, I will be discussing this figure in another type. This has several approaches to solve. There are 3 approaches to solve this kind of questions, okay? So we'll be discussing this in the next class. Moving to the next one. So let me tell how many triangles are there in this figure. So how many triangles are there? This much time is enough to solve this question, as we have already discussed several kinds of questions like this. Look, how many parts are there? 1, 2. There are also 2 baselines, right? This is a baseline. This point is creating a baseline and this point is creating a baseline. So there are 2 baselines. So this should be 2 plus 1, 3, right? 2 plus 1, 3. This 1 and 2 is 3, right? And there are 2 parts. Clear? So this should be multiplied with 2. So this will be 6 already. But what we can find, that this kind of figures are embedded there also. 1, 2. So there will be again 3. 1, 2. There will be again 3. So more 3 and 3. Right? So 6. So it's 12 or more. Option 2 will be the right answer. I hope it's clear to you. You can find 12. If there is more, you don't have to count this. The option is 12 or more. It's over. I hope it is clear to. Moving to the next one. If you have any doubt regarding this question or any questions which we have discussed or any concept which we have discussed earlier, you should comment or ask your queries, okay? Moving to the next one. So let me know how many triangles are there in this figure. The options are 24. Option 1, 24. Option 2, 36. Option 3, 40. And option 4, 44. 24, 36, 40, 44. So let me know how many triangles are there in this inside this figure. These same questions we have solved. Same question we have solved today. How many triangles are there? There are 44. I hope I don't have to explain it again. This has this figure in 2 times. Right? There's a 8. So 8 plus 2, 16. 16, 16, 32. And in this each cases there were 40 or more was the option. And here the exact options are given. 3 parts. There are 3, 1, 2. If this is the baseline, this baseline is divided into 2 parts. So there are 3, 3, 3 at this side, 3 at this side. So 12. It is 44 is the answer. 44, option 4 is the answer. Okay. I will declare to you. We have discussed similar kind of questions today earlier. Move to the next one. Now let me know how many triangles are there in this figure. It's a simple one. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 triangles. No, 4 into 2. 8 triangles. And in this figure, it will have again 8 triangles. Do you have any other triangles there? No. This is a circle. Keep that in mind. This is a circle. This is not a straight line. This is a circle. So there are 16 only. Okay. I hope this is clear to you. Now the next one. Okay, solve it now. This is a good question. Solve it now. I'm giving you 15 seconds for this. Time's up. Now let me calculate. If your answer is right, then you should. Then I can confirm you that you have learned this 4 types which we have discussed earlier. Is clear to you. Okay, so how many triangles are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 8. Right? And 8 again. 8 plus 8, 16. And what we have discussed, that if there is a join, there will be two extra triangles, 16 plus 2, 18, 18. Is there another triangles? Yes. Is there any other triangles? Yes. Where? 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 more. 22. Right? Look at this carefully. These 3 points are making another triangle. Whereas on the opposite side there will be another one. So this is 2 again. It's 24. Clear? Is there another triangle? Look at it carefully. Is there another triangle? Yes. So which one is it? These two triangles are making another triangle. Right? It's a bigger one. So it's 25 now. Now, look at this. This is a triangle 2. Actually, this can be done with using first formula which we have discussed, like this. Look at this, or this figure. Actually, these are identical figures, mirror image you can say. This is a figure which I have drawn, right? So how many triangles should be there in that kind of figure? There are 1, 2 equals to 3, and 1, 2. So 3 into 2, 6. 6 triangles are there, right? So actually we can add 18 plus 6, 24, right? Now you can count smaller triangles. 1, 2, 3, 4. 24 and 4, 28. Where are the other twos? Where are the other twos? These are the twos. Look at this. There are 2 more triangles inside this part. I hope this is clear to you. Sorry. Okay, there was a systematic glitch. So there are 2 triangles more, where this A, B, C, and on the other side there will be another one, D, right? So there will be 2 more triangles. So that will be 30. This is an easier process to calculate, not the one which I was discussing earlier. It will be a confusing one. So 30 triangles on each side. So that will be 60 the answer. Okay, I'm just clearing it for you and doing it again. How we will calculate this 30 triangles? Look, these two are identical figures or mirror image. Okay, so if 30 triangle is there in one figure, then it will be 60, right? So look at this carefully. We have already discussed this part in part 3 and part 4, or type 3 and type 4. How many triangles should be there? There will be 18. How? In each part there will be 4. So 4 into 2, 8. 8 plus 8, 16. Clear? And one common line, so there will be 2 more. It will be 18. Then you will find that this kind of figure is embedded inside this figure, right? So this will have 1, 2 means 3 and 2 base lines, right? So 3 into 2, 6. 6, not 6, it's adding 6, so it will be 24. Clear? Then there are 4 small triangles, 1, 2, 3, 4. So this is 28 now, more 4. And where are the other twos? Other twos are there. Look at this. This one, right? And this one. So there are 30. So if this side has 30 triangles, then this side should have 30 more. So it is 60. I hope this is understandable to you. If you have any queries regarding this question, you should comment, you should ask. Don't hesitate to ask your queries, okay? Moving to the next one now. So how many triangles are there inside this figure? Giving you 10 seconds. Okay, let me solve it. This is not a easier one. 40 and 20 can be calculated, but there are actually 28. How will you solve it? First of all, look at this figure. Sorry, A, B, C, D. This is a figure which we have discussed earlier like this, right? So there will be 8. So in this side there are 8. In this side there will be 8 again. So it is 16 already. So 14 cannot be the answer. It's 16. Then there is a figure like this. X, C is D. Okay, X, C, E. X, C is another, and on the opposite side there will be another X, Y. So it will be E, F, B, Y, F. Another, there's 2, 18. Okay, this can be calculated like this also. Look at it carefully. X, C, E. X, C, E. This is a figure like this, right? So there will be 2. So on the opposite side there will be 2. So it will be 4 actually. This is 20 now. 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. These are smaller ones. So now it's 24, right? Is there any other triangle? Yes. Where is it? Look at this carefully. In this side there is a 1, right? On the opposite side there will be another 1. Similarly on the other side there will be 2 more, so it will be 4. So it is 28. 28 triangles are there. This is a good question. Asked in Cgl Tier 1 2015. Okay. So how many triangles are there? 28. This is how you have to calculate it. Otherwise, if you have start calculating like 1, 2, 3, 4, this will take a lot of time and exact number can't be counted. Can't be counted. It will take a lot of time. Why are you taking this class? Because this kind of rules and its implication you should have to know. Otherwise, this figure counting can be done with 1, 2, 3, 4 countings. But you have to use a formula. You have to use the concepts which are we discussing now, and also you have to get into the figures. That okay, there is a figure of a square. Inside that there are triangles. So we have to use 4 means into the parts into 2 because there are 2 diagonals. Okay, there are baselines. How many baselines are there? 3, 4, 5. You have to look at that carefully. Moreover, you have to know that the baselines are divided into how many parts? It's 5 parts. It's 6 parts. Now you have to sum that up. 1 to 6. Which formula we have to use? N into n plus 1 by 2. Right? This is how you have to calculate it. Otherwise, if you just calculate it like 1, 2, 3, 4 triangles are there, it is not possible to count all the triangles inside of a figure as given in the examination. Okay, so from examination point of view, you have to know the rules, you have to know how to use the concepts, which concepts should be used in a figure. You have to do it, you have to practice it more. I am taking the class, means I am now discussing the concepts in the first 2 or 3 classes. Then I will solve nearly 50 to 60 questions, nearly 100 questions will be there. Some questions will be homework for you. So you have to solve that at your home. Okay, so that is how you have to be smoother one in figure counting. First of all, you have to solve triangle counter, then you have to solve square, rectangle, all. There are 6 types which we have discussed, that there are squares, rectangles, triangles, straight lines, circle, polygons. Okay, now moving to the next one, we will discuss another question today. This is the last question of today. Solve it. How many triangles are there in this figure? This is the easier one comparative to the earlier one. Okay, solve it. I'm giving you 10 seconds, 15 seconds. Okay. this much time is I hope this much time is enough to you to solve this. How many triangles are there? There are 18, I hope. Let me count. In this triangle, in this square, how many triangles are there? There will be 8, right? There will be 8 triangles. And inside this, there is a similar one. So there will be 8 more. So 8 plus 8, 16, right? Another one is, this one is 17, and the larger one, this one, is the 18th one. Not more than 18 triangles are there, okay? I hope this is clear to you. If you have any doubt regarding this question which we have discussed today, which means any concepts which we have discussed today and any questions we have discussed today, you should comment your queries here. And this, if this class is beneficial to you, then you should watch the next one so that you can clear more concepts regarding triangle counting, any kind of questions regarding reasoning and maths, especially, and also English. Okay, so we're signing off today. Thank you.